How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Taz here from Wicked Fire Starters. Coming back at you out here in the Maine woods again. We had a couple questions in regards to one of our last videos there, or our last video. Folks said, geez, you say you've had that thing in snow, right? Well, you've got plenty around you. How about we see what that's all about and see if it actually does that. So we thought, what, that's a good question. I did say it, so I don't want to be called a liar here. So let's grab one of our fire starters and give that a test. So here we are again, just like before in a similar atmosphere. We're out in the woods. We got our fire starter here, our Leaf Lite, and we're at our location. I've dug out the snow like I showed you before. I've gone out prior to, and I've gotten the tinder that I'm going to use. So I got some dry leaves. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get some of this snow out of the way. Just like that. So I got some dry leaves, and I've got some small tinder, some mid-sized stuff. It's basically here, and of course up in the northeast, especially in the Maine woods, we've got an abundance of this hemlock stuff. So we can find this right on the trees all around us, and that usually provides good dry tinder, dry enough to get you going and get you where you need to be. So I got myself set up there. I got my pad built. So now it falls in the snow. Here it is. There's the fire starter there, the Leaf Lite. Look at that. Dropped it. Now what? Well, I pick it up, and of course you're not going to do this either, probably in a real scenario, or maybe you will, because you'll be so goddamn impressed with the thing, you'll show all your friends, right? So you'll bury it in a snowball too. So anyway, there it is, right there in Frosty's head. So now I'll take that and break that open. Where are you? There it is. Clean that off. There. Well, now you saw it. Fell in the snow. I grabbed it like a buffoon. Totally immersed it in snow, in a snowball. Blow it off. And so let's see if it lights like I say it will. So again, I put it down on the base like that. Pull out my box of matches like I said, probably most of you won't have. Now, granted, another thing is too, you can light this with one match and it will light. There's no doubt about it. But you got to take into consideration, like all things in life, this is a human thing, and we are certainly not perfect. And granted, probably want to keep a few of these on you, because more than likely, it's going to take more than one, whether you like it or not. So hopefully, and then if you've got a Bic lighter, but that's a whole different thing, as long as you've got something that can keep continuously lighting, so that when you add the human element into it, you still have a chance. But so anyway, here we are. You saw it, was in the snow, dropped it, grabbed it, balled it up. Here we are, huck it down. Let's try it. All right, there's one match. Come in here on the wick. All right, now that wick's going. I'll put the match there. Say one match that time. That's pretty good. So we'll let that catch. Now, like I said, we got upwards of 15 minutes, So you can let that catch, and then rip right in here into your tender and get it on and get things going. So here we go. She's going. Come down. Like I said, you want to kind of give it a little shelter from the storm here. Like, we got lots of snow coming up out of these hemlocks. So it's coming into it, it's burning, starting to get into that phase where it's coming into the Leaf Lite. It's in that top part of the structure. I want to get it going here a bit so you can kind of see what this thing does on its own. Never mind once you get a bunch of tinder on it and get your fire going like you normally would. Give you an idea of the sort of the volatility of this and the amount of burn that it actually offers on its own. You'd be surprised, but of course that's what gets you through and makes it so versatile and so nice. It's going now. Once it's lit, like I said, just kind of keep cover over it. It's starting to pick up now. Once that kind of goes and spreads out across the top, you know, it's starting to get into the special mixture of the wood biomass and the other propellant we have, and in the wax, and starting to do its job. So now you're beyond the wick, you're into the fire starter. You can come in here, start placing your tinder around it. You know, dry leaves again, old pine needles, whatever you can get your hands on. Come in here with the small stuff. Just kind of, you know, I like to kind of log cabin around it. Now I'm building around this thing, and the Leaf Lite in the middle is starting to take off and do its job, and I like to leave that unhindered as much as I can, because I mean it's going to offer quite a bit of flame on its own, which allows me to get a real good base going with your tinder, you know, your hemlock bits and bobs and whatnot, and then you know, you'll come in later on with your bigger stuff that you find. Again, a lot of it out here is stuff that we find right on the trees, so it's going to be more hemlock probably, but it burns well. Hemlock's pine, you know, wherever you're at. Down south, you know, you got your pines down there, and you got your, you know, your cedars and whatnot. But see, here we go. We're starting to cook up now. You know. And you just keep going. You keep building this up. You get it bigger and bigger, and put you right back where you need to be. Now, the great thing about this is you can do this right in your living room too, folks. I mean, you know, you're using this thing to ignite a fire. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't do this to, you know, light the ambiance right there in the living room too. I mean, that's the great thing about it. I mean, we tout survival and everything else because, you know, that's important, and it's a must-have. But these things can be used for campfires. They can be used for anything. But there you have it. I mean, you saw it. Fell in the snow. I rolled it up in a ball, and I dusted her off, and she lit right up, and here we go again. Another fire in the Maine woods. Doesn't get any better than that, you know. Don't be afraid. Get online. Get on the interwebs. Go to www.wickedfirestarters.com. Check us out. Check the page out. Check the Leaf Lite out. See what you think. Hell, maybe you click that buy button and grab yourself some. We'll be doing more videos. Hope you enjoyed this one. Taz out.